Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End-of-Week Deep Dive, covering market moves in indexes, sectors, stocks, and global markets for the week ending Friday, August 22nd, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Max Profit. Key indexes were mostly higher this week. The Dow 30 Index led the advance, climbing 685 points to 45,631, marking a new all-time high. The Russell 2000 Index and the S&P 400 MidCap Index both showed strong momentum, rising over 2.5%. Market breadth was notably positive this week. The Dow 30 showed impressive strength with 23 advancing stocks. The Russell 2000 saw nearly two-thirds of its components advance, while the Nasdaq remained more evenly split. Short-term returns show particular strength in small caps, with the Russell 2000 posting a 3.3% weekly gain. The S&P 400 midcap followed with a 2.6% weekly return. Month to date, all major indexes are posting gains above 2%. Looking at longer-term performance, the Nasdaq Composite leads with a 10-year annual rate of return of 16.4%. The S&P 500 follows with 12.6%, while the Dow has returned 10.7% annually over the same period.
Checking out best and worst performing equities, I'm Penny Stock. Leading performers featured Tharimmune with a dramatic 249% surge to 4.72, hitting new yearly highs. Elite Education Group jumped 119% to 1.24, while Laser Photonics doubled to 5.7. Weekly performance metrics show Tharimmune averaging a 45% daily return. Elite Education and Laser Photonics posted average daily gains of 24% and 17% respectively, with strong upward momentum continuing through month to date. Looking at longer-term returns, Tharimmune is up 59% over the past year. Elite Education shows a 64% one-year gain, despite a three-year decline. Laser Photonics has gained 76% over the past year. Among large caps, Dayforce led with a 31% weekly gain to 69.20. EPAM Systems rose 11% to 174.95, while LyondellBasell gained 10% to close at 58.77. Weekly metrics highlight Dayforce's impressive 6% average daily return. EPAM Systems and Packaging Corporation both averaged around 2% daily gains, showing consistent upward momentum. 10-year performance standout Royal Caribbean shows a 149% annual rate of return. Packaging Corporation delivered 118% over decade, while EPAM Systems returned 98% during the same period. On the downside, Star Fashion Culture plunged 92% to 0.15, hitting all-time lows. Elong Power Holding dropped 91% to 0.32, while NV Medical fell 80% to 1. Weekly performance data shows Star Fashion averaging minus 31% daily returns. Elong Power and NV saw daily declines of minus 24% and minus 20% respectively, with downward pressure continuing through the month. Small cap stocks faced significant pressure this week. Star Fashion Culture plunged 92.5% to close at 15 cents, marking a new all-time low. Elong Power Holding tumbled 91.2% to 32 cents. NV Medical and Greenwave Technology Solutions also hit new lows. Among large caps, Palantir Technologies fell 10.4% to 158.74, despite maintaining a very strong positive trend. Intuit dropped 7.5% to 662.66, marking its fourth consecutive weekly decline. Advanced Micro Devices slipped 5.4%, while maintaining an overall positive trend. Looking at daily returns, Palantir showed the largest daily decline at -2.1%, though its year-to-date return remains strong at 109.9%. Intuit's month-to-date decline of 15.6% stands out, with consistent negative daily returns averaging -1%. AMD and Dell show relatively modest daily declines. Despite recent weekly declines, long-term performance remains strong for several stocks. Palantir shows a remarkable 397% one-year return. AMD has delivered an impressive 575% annual rate of return over 10 years. Oracle maintains a solid 20% 10-year annual return rate.
And now onto U.S. sector performance, where several sectors showed notable strength. The energy sector and real estate led gains, rising 2.8% and 2.4% respectively. Financial services hit a new all-time high, while showing strong upward momentum alongside basic materials. Market breadth was particularly strong in financial services, with 399 advances versus 218 declines. Real estate showed positive momentum with 138 advances against 94 declines. Industrials maintained a broader advance with 374 stocks moving higher. Weekly returns highlight energy's 2.8% gain and real estate's 2.4% advance. Basic materials shows strong month-to-date performance, up 5.6%. Industrials leads year-to-date with a 16% return. Looking at longer-term performance, Industrials stands out with a 192% 10-year total return, averaging 11.3% annually. Financial services follows with a 178% 10-year gain, while basic materials recorded 115% over the same period.
Energy stocks showed strong upward momentum this week. Valero Energy and Marathon Petroleum led with very strong positive trends. APA broke out from an 8-day consolidation with notable upward volatility. Schlumberger and Halliburton each posted their second consecutive weekly gains. Looking at weekly returns, Schlumberger topped the group with a 7.9% gain, while Valero Energy added 6.2%. APA stood out with strong month-to-date performance, up 12.2%. Year-to-date, Valero and Marathon Petroleum are the only stocks showing positive returns. The long-term picture shows Marathon Petroleum leading with impressive 10-year returns of 253%. Valero Energy follows with 138% gains over the same period. The other energy stocks have struggled, with Schlumberger, APA, and Halliburton all showing negative 10-year returns.
Among underperforming sectors, technology showed notable weakness, dropping 1.5% to 5,238.30, marking 2 consecutive down weeks despite maintaining a very strong positive trend. Communication services dipped to 397.66 after setting a new all-time high last week. Market breadth data reveals mixed signals in these sectors. Technology showed more declines than advances in the latest session, with 384 stocks down versus 311 up. Communication services similarly saw more decliners, though weekly data shows broader strength across most sectors. Looking at recent performance, communication services posts a strong 16.4% year-to-date return despite recent weakness. Consumer defensive shows more modest gains at 5.7% year-to-date, while maintaining a strong positive trend. Long-term returns show technology leading with a 10-year annual return rate of 23.1%. Consumer defensive and utilities show more modest long-term performance, with 10-year annual returns of 6.3% and 6.7% respectively.
Technology stocks faced significant pressure this week. Palantir Technologies led the declines, dropping 10.4% despite maintaining a very strong positive trend. Intuit showed concerning weakness, falling 7.5% for its fourth consecutive weekly decline, with strong downward volatility. Looking at returns, Palantir stands out with a remarkable year-to-date return of nearly 110%, despite this week's setback. Intuit shows concerning monthly weakness with a minus 15.6% month-to-date return, while other tech names are showing more moderate monthly declines. Long-term performance reveals Advanced Micro Devices as a standout performer, with an impressive 10-year return of 9,324%. Oracle and Intuit show more modest but stable long-term growth, with 10-year returns of 529% and 642% respectively.
Thanks for watching. I'm Max Profit, along with my AI co-host, Penny Stock. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency, and commodities. Thanks for watching.